to another edition of the Sports Edition at Upper Level Productions. I'm here with Cyrus, Matt, your boy Furbito. How's everybody doing today? First thing we got to do is go over that game that happened on Saturday. Because I know we have two different spectrums. The Lakers and the Luka made a statement with a decisive win against their kryptonite Denver Nuggets. Matt, I'm going to start with you. You and I have them going over 15 games, winning out for the rest of the season.
Right.
What makes you think of this one?
A dominant win, right? Really good win. Game plan going. I mean, not game plan. Luka was the X factor. When the Denver Nuggets have played the Lakers for the couple times, Darvin Ham was the coach, D'Angelo Russell was the point guard. That's not here today. JJ Redick's the coach, Luka Doncic is the point guard, and the way Luka was able to space out the Nuggets in order to get those skip passes, in order to force the Nuggets to guard a three, to guard the two, and then when they guarded the three, 15 feet out in order to try to get that three-point shot. The Lakers played a really good dominant game, and I'm looking at all the games against playoff teams, they were also dominant. Lakers don't, when they play playoff teams, as much as people give crap to the Lakers, when they play playoff teams, these are dominant wins. These are not 2 point, 5 points. These are wins by a substantial number of points against these playoff teams, and they've played a lot of playoff teams during the stretch, so that's my pick.
Sorry?
It was a good win for the Lakers. I mean, they came out playing fast, especially in the fast breaks. 33, I think it was 33-9. Points in the paint, 55. And they also dominated the turnovers. Denver 22-9 from those fast breaks from Dallas. But sometime after the halftime, the Denver came back and made it close to 6. So I know the game ended at 123-100 because from there on, after they got close to 6, the Lakers kind of pulled off. But it was a good win. I'm not gonna say it's like precise because, like I said, they let Denver back into the game. But we'll see what happens in the next 2 games. I did have Lakers at least taking one of them because you at least out of the 3 games, you have to at least take one of them. They just happened to take the first game, so we'll see what happens.
Do you guys think that Denver is gonna make the adjustments the next game?
I do.
I don't know how you adjust against Luka Doncic when you don't have somebody to defend against Luka Doncic, but sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you stop that? They had Christian Braun on him, they threw everything on him, and they just couldn't stop Luka. Like, you can adjust, but there's no adjusting for Luka Doncic and LeBron James on the other side.
Well, this is the first time they're playing Luka Doncic and LeBron James on Saturday. It's not like they played him for the 5th time. It's the first time they played him. They got him on tape now, so the adjustment is transition defense like they did on the second half of basketball, and defend and play bully ball and more effort. It really wasn't much of X and O. It was just more about the effort of playing defense. So we'll see what happens next game, like I said. But I do think that Denver will give them a run for their money next game.
All right, so switching on the other side of the spectrum, and it seems that this process seems to be falling apart in Philadelphia. Joel Embiid, lackluster play, and front office thinking about shutting him down for the rest of the season because of his ailing knee. Paul George has another 3 years and another $159 million remaining. Maxey, what should the 76ers do? Because even I thought that they were going to pull a run at the late season.
Yeah, I remember you said that you did pick him like coming back up, and that's when we both looked at you like. But
this is one of the things with me and Osiris agree on, and it feels good. If they don't make the playoffs, and I don't think they will, you can ship Joel Embiid to Uzbekistan if you want, and then I pull around and ask, hey, how do you feel about Paul George? And I'm starting this over with Maxey, maybe Cooper Flagg, and Jeremy McCain. What are we doing here at this point? The process is over. The process never begun. It never started. Like, it's over. Joel Embiid, as before the show started, we talked about how he, really was never really. It's over. It's over. You know what I'm saying? It's over. Forget about it. This is crazy.
The thing about, you basically say, move on from them?
I believe you should. I believe you should at this point because it's like, what are we doing now?
Well, I think with Joel Embiid, he just signed an extension with Philadelphia, so getting rid of him is going to be something that's going to be hard to do.
Both are
an extension.
Both. So I understand from an emotional feeling standpoint, like if this was, get rid of him, but because the contract's only movable, it's just hard. It's just that I just think that you have to shut down Joel Embiid. Paul George, I don't know if he's playing injured or hurt. Sometimes you can't tell the difference between the other, but he doesn't look like he's himself, or it doesn't look like he's just there for the money.
I don't know.
So,
Paul George, I just feel I have not seen the Paul George since he left Indiana. And even there, I was kind of skeptic.
Well,
so, like, all this overpaying, I thought he was very overrated.
He has some, you know what I'm saying, but he has some years in OKC too. Not like Indiana.
I didn't know he did. Yeah, he did.
But I'm not going to discredit OKC too, because he did take OKC to the.
But no, I feel like Paul George for a while hasn't been the Paul George of late. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And you know, like we all agree, the best ability is your availability, right? And
Paul George,
he's not, you know, Kawhi Leonard status, but
he's also been somebody who's also been injured throughout his career multiple
that's
times.
The thing. I don't know if he's playing hurt or injured, or maybe he just doesn't want, because he never wanted to go to Philly. He wanted to stay in LA. He wanted to.
But he took the money though.
He went and took the money, and I just think that he's in one situation that maybe he doesn't want to be there, or he's actually hurt. Either way, both Joel Embiid and Paul George are hurting the team, and their contract makes him immovable. So
I just feel bad for the city of Philadelphia after this winning a football team game. I don't think you get close to winning a playoff game this thing.
I was about to say you can't really feel bad for them because they got a Super Bowl champion.
That's true. That's right.
Right, Diamond?
Okay, all right. I see where this is going. But moving on, staying in the East, we're gonna go with the Knicks. Now, in my eyes, they seem to be pretenders. Losing to the Cavs and the Celtics over the weekend, making them 0-7 against the two teams that they need to at least get something, momentum going. And if you throw OKC involved, they're 0-9. Compared to those three teams and the rest of the league, you know, the Knicks are getting their wins. But
like 35 and 15.
They're 35 and 15 around that area. Fact check us if you want. Comment down below. But Cyrus, like, what's up with this new team?
I'm not jumping off. I understand it looks bad the way they lost against Cleveland and Boston. There's no defending that. But the Knicks are not healthy. I just think that with Mitchell Robinson, I'm not jumping off because if they get healthy, getting Mitchell Robinson, moving Carl Anthony's down to the full, hopefully that'll help with the bench. So let's see what happens. But I'm not gonna jump off the net. I know it looks bad, but I'm not gonna jump off yet.
I ain't jumping off the shit, but I am hanging off of it a little bit like this. Only I think the stat with the Knicks are playing good, with they play everybody else and they're good. That's a status okay. At least if they get into the first round, we know they can get far. But it's like we know that if they don't find some way to beat Boston or Cleveland, which is a team they probably will see second late rounds, like we're probably looking at the second round exit, and we want the Knicks to go far. So
it seems like the Knicks can't get out the second round.
Right, and that is true. It seems like they can't get out the second round. So it's like, you know, again, the record against the rest of the league gives me hope that okay, we can get in there. The record against Boston and Cleveland that has me like, damn.
See, I don't want to call them. The reason why I don't want to call them pretenders because regardless, even though they lost to Cleveland and Boston, they're going to sit comfortably in the third seed. So, and then as far as getting in, the thing about the playoffs is my thing is all I can say is let's see because crazy stuff happened in the playoffs. An injury can occur, a run. You know, we've seen teams go on a run.
So
we'll see.
Here's the things that scares me about the Knicks, and I'm gonna be real quick. Now, Tom Thibodeau team. Tell me if this is a Tom Thibodeau team or not.
It is. So what does that mean?
20 defensive ranking as we speak right now. 20th.
Which is normally
it's not a Tom Thibodeau team. He's using the bench. Or not. He's using the bench. His second unit is actually getting a lot of points. Their offense is really skyrocketing. Is that really a Tom Thibodeau team? It feels like they're losing their identity, trying to please that. And then here's the other thing. When it came down and I found out that we could have had KD if we didn't go after Mikal Bridges.
Yeah.
If we would have kept at least 2 of those first round picks, we could have had KD during this trade deadline.
It sounded like 5 first round picks, so kind of depleted.
Once I heard that, my mind blew. I was like, really? From Mikal Bridges? Don't get me wrong, he's a good player. But 5 first round picks? No, you're not that good. For Villanova, and it just seems like right now this college experiment.
That's why I wanted to say.
This college experiment is not
I wanted you to
working.
bring that up. I wanted you to bring that Villanova
not
experiment.
Working.
The only thing I could say about, real quick, the 2 things about not beating like Boston and Cleveland because they got, they're bigger. And like I said, you got Carl Anthony playing before. So like I said, let's see what happens when Mitchell Robinson come back because I think that because the lack of bigs and because even though they're using the bench, they are using the bench, but they lack size in a way. playing against Boston because Boston got besides Porzingis, I forgot the other guy.
Over and
there's another guy. I'm not trying to use race, but this is white dude. It's like 7 foot.
Trying to use race.
Yeah, I forgot to look up his name.
No, OKC.
He's like 7 foot tall. I saw him play against the Knicks, and I was like, if the Knicks got to deal with these 2 7-footers,
yeah.
I said, this is why we need to.
And then you got Mobley and Jared Allen in Cleveland.
So, and it's funny, I was going to bring that up with you and say, it kind of feels like the teams are going back to the bigs. So, I was going to bring that up.
Hey, don't y'all like that?
It's kind of reminiscent of the old school. I mean,
yeah, I was going to talk to you guys something about that. So, and then as far as like the draft picks you pick up, the only thing I can say is the trade with KD just recently came up, and it's not like it just came up.
I know it's like hindsight.
So I understand, but it's not like the KD trade was like.
It's a hindsight thought, but it still angers you.
Yeah,
like one, because you know you overpaid because you traded with Brooklyn. That they're gonna overcharge you for things. So you overpaid for a player, and that overpayment just like solidified itself. Like it showed itself, and it's not supposed to show itself this early in the season. I'm saying, but that's me. What do you guys think? Before I go on a little mini rant, like, comment, subscribe, hit us in the notification. One more basketball thing. Now, OKC lost a heartbreaker to Minnesota. Both two young teams. OKC, I think they're the real deal. However, I'm sticking to they're going to be a second round bounce. But however, what do you guys think about OKC, and what do you guys think about Minnesota? And that game was like thrilling.
Well, Thurman, to be fair, they had they literally the games back to back, not back to back nights, but back to back games. OKC beat Minnesota 130-123 in Minnesota, but then the next game was Timberwolves at OKC, and Minnesota beat OKC and
I beat you in your house, you beat me in my house.
So the games are back to back. So I think last night was just like two playoff teams going at it. It was a playoff environment. Yeah, OKC was up 26, and they just, they thought that especially that they put the second unit in, they thought they had the white flag, but the second unit showed up, and they came back. By the time OKC tried to push them back off, it was too late. Minnesota came on rave and they won the game. But to be fair, OKC won the night before in Minnesota, so I've still got OKC as the best team in the Western Conference.
Yeah, I agree, but I feel like what it really shows is how dangerous the West is for real. Because Minnesota is like a 7th seed, and you're talking, you know what I'm saying? That was a battle. The West is a dangerous conference.
Tell me about it, man.
It's a dangerous
conference.
conference.
Really, tell me about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And my Lakers sit at 4th of that dangerous conference, okay? So, let's get it.
I'm telling you.
But not for nothing in the West, I gotta give credit. Like, as much as you say the Lakers are in 4, and it's really close between the two.
It's really close between everybody.
But OKC is really putting a lot of traction against everybody.
OKC is the real deal.
That's
but
good.
From a Lakers, I'm just remembering where they were last year, and it was not here.
OKC
like it just. No, I mean not the Lakers. OKC was. I think they were the. It was 1 seed last year, right? Yeah. I'm talking about the Lakers. They were not we were in for a playing spot. We were like, will we get the 5th or will we get the 6th? We were struggling.
You're absolutely right.
And now we're comfortably ahead of the 6th. 3 games ahead of the last playing spot, which are the Clippers, who are going to bounce probably tonight.
Finally, so I can agree with him.
Right. And now we're here with a win against the Denver Nuggets, a win against that Kryptonite. So let's roll.
Like, comment, subscribe. Now, moving on to quickly in the NFL. So, March 12th is going to be the opening of the all-season moves where free agency and trades are allowed to happen. We at Up and Level Productions going to do special bonus episode for you guys for catching up on all this news and rumors and everything that's going to break down. Now, March 10th is going to be where the legal tampering is going to start, where teams and players can do whatever they want legally.
This is crazy.
It's the off season. But Cyrus, I want you to break down some of this aspect because you know a little bit more because it's more tied to your guy that's leaving your team. But Matt Stafford has been given permission to gauge the market. So he's already looking for other teams.
But he do have a list though. I think the Giants is one of them, the Raiders is another one. I forgot the other team.
So who was Raiders? Oh, Raiders. Oh, okay.
I forgot if it was 4 teams or 3 teams, but I forgot the other one. I know the Giants was one of them. So he has permission to talk. As far as, and that's only because he's making $27 million, and he should be he should be, which my opinion, which I agree, he should be paid at $50 million. Because you got people like Dak Prescott, Trevor Lawrence, who got paid $55 million. So why not Matthew Stafford? That's number one.
It's about when you sign that contract.
So that's a fact. Now the rumor is that you got Aaron Rodgers, a package deal with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Smith going both to the Rams. That's one rumor that got going. So we'll see what happens with that come March 11th, you said, when free agency starts. And then also Myles Garrett to the Philadelphia Eagles. Rumors is that he might.
Oh, you said rumors. I was about to say, God.
Yeah, I was about to say, everything has to be rumors.
Oh, rumors, okay.
Yeah, because right now, free agency don't start till March.
So March 10th, you're gonna hear, instead of reports or rumors, you're gonna hear sources says teams agreed with this and this.
So March 10th is the truth.
The March 10th is where everything is gonna be like reported.
You're probably starting like March 9th, March 10th. More like towards March 10th, towards 12 o'clock, whatever time, 12 o'clock.
March 10th, because you gotta definitely
verbal agreement. It's just verbal agreement.
Verbal agreement.
Yeah, like
sources say Matthew Stafford has agreed to go to the Giants.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then come 12 o'clock at night.
It'll be true. So Matthew
Stafford.
True.
But
once March 12th, it becomes official.
Teams could sign and make it official.
Okay.
But they can make a verbal agreement. Normally when they make a verbal agreement means that it's gonna happen when come March 11th, they're gonna. So
I'm excited.
But again, it's your rumors.
I can't wait for that. Episode.
I'm not saying it's guaranteed to happen. So
real quick, because it's kind of drafty. Shame on us. Cam Ward, black quarterback. Let's
not get into that.
Black quarterback. You're a Giants fan.
Yeah.
You guys know you need a quarterback.
You sent me a mock draft earlier when it showed
it was
this
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You need a quarterback.
But no,
like, even though Travis Hunter's a generational player, who's throwing the ball in?
That's when I saw that mock draft, I was a little bit comfortable after what you guys told me. It was like, the Giants don't draft. Okay, so what if I'm like, in my head, okay, we're signing a Matthew Stafford and we don't need Shedeur, so we're gonna get a Travis Hunter.
Well, we'll see.
Okay. No, we'll see. That's what I'm saying. But that's in my head what you guys had told me last week.
Because right now, Shedeur is tracking for the Jets right now.
Right.
At 7.
But see, his father had said like, you watch because teams will start saying things about him. Like you can tell which team does not want him, and then he'll start to go into his right position.
And he decided not to do the combine this year.
NFL draft starts April 25th, 26th.
Yes.
Free agency starts March 11th. So let's see what happens in the free agency in the next couple of weeks that we said we're going to start talking about. Because I think that what happens in the free agency will start determining what's going to happen in the draft.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it's like to see Shedeur Sanders and the Jets. I thought that was more like the Giants because the Giants got the 3rd pick. And I thought that maybe the Jets would move up to get the first pick and trade with the Titans. But if the Titans don't get Cam Ward, then that's when I see who if I forgot what.
They have a quarterback, so they just drafted a quarterback in the first round.
Who, the Titans?
Yeah, Titans last year.
What quarterback?
Kenny Pickett. He's a first-round draft pick, believe it or not.
The Titans? No, Levis. I thought it was Levis.
Sam Levis, whatever his name is, the bum that's over there.
You call that exactly? You call that a quarterback?
But either way, that's a first-round draft pick that they already made.
I know, it was a waste.
So
they gotta. That's why I think they're gonna keep this one.
I rarely see
Who's
teams.
the quarterback right now?
I think teams are too stubborn to draft quarterbacks back-to-back drafts.
The guy is not. You can't keep him. You can't go.
I get it, and I'm agreeing with you. But however, I've yet to see a team not be stubborn enough and not draft quarterbacks back-to-back first-round picks. Name me one besides the Bears.
Oh, because they drafted somebody named Caleb right after, right?
But they didn't even draft a quarterback. They just drafted somebody else.
At least Justin Fields had, 2-3 years with the Bears before they moved on? Yeah. They could just got one.
I mean, I'm just saying.
We saw him play, Darren.
I'm saying. I get it. I understand.
We saw it with our eyes.
We did. But I know front offices, and they're too stubborn where they won't do that. Owners won't do that.
Well, no. Rumors is also that Aaron Rodgers could end up with the Steelers.
It is.
So what do you think of that?
That'd be interesting.
That'll be interesting.
That's what I said. We'll see what happens. But I'm really interested in Myles Garrett going to Philadelphia.
That'd be something.
That'd be something.
I see Cooper Kupp going to the Chiefs.
That'd be something.
For the Chiefs?
That'd be something.
What? Out of all the wide receivers you had, Cooper Kupp is not an upgrade?
I am not giving it poo-poo. I'm not giving it ha-ha.
I
am not, honestly,
I'm not gonna lie, I would ha-ha the hell out of that.
No, because until it's real, I'm not hearing shit about it.
Okay. But, no, but
Because only right now we're still worried about Kelsey.
No,
and he
no.
has a deadline. Which how do you give a
Damn it, outside of Kelsey, you need to upgrade wide receiver.
I get it, but that tracks on our salary cap. So that's the only thing that I'm worried about. The salary cap. Because we're really bad on salary cap.
But let's say take all that out. Would you be excited for if you had Cooper?
Oh yeah,
okay. That's all I need to know.
When it happens, I'll be fucking on this show fucking bragging about it.
You may not get the 2021, triple crown, but you get Cooper Cup.
I watched
So one slight less.
I've had some good parlays in Cooper Cup, right? I know he's good.
All right, so like, comment, subscribe. Before we go to quick hits, breaking news today as we recording this podcast. Diana Taurasi is calling it a career. She's going to be retiring. Cyrus, throw them flowers.
Diana Taurasi, thank you very much for playing the WNBA for 20 years at an elite level. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy your retirement. Real quick, I want to go over her accomplishments and what she did to the game of basketball, since we love basketball so much. So like I said, 28 in the WNBA. She leads behind the leading scorer of WNBA at 10,646 points. She sit alone at 10,000 points. The next second place comes in at 7,000. So it goes to show how far of a gap she is as far as points. She's also scored close to 1,572 playoff appearances. She's also the 2009 MVP. She's a 14-0 WNBA selection and a 5-time WNBA scoring titles. She spent her entire career with the Phoenix Mercury. She won 3 championships with them: 2007, 2009, 2014. She won 2 finals with them in 2007 and 2009 and 2014. She's also a 6-time gold medal winner, becoming the first basketball player to reach that mark. So, and she was voted the GOAT by fans in 2021. So again, that's not
kudos.
Thank you so much.
Tip to the hat,
and I hope you enjoy your retirement.
Moving on to quick hits. The New York Yankees have decided to alter their facial hair policy by allowing well-groomed beards. We're all Yankee fans here, to a degree.
Yeah, so I go to the games. I go to the games. This is your two.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's about time. We're in 2025. It's about time you update with society. I'm not saying to go crazy with the beard, but I didn't see why having a clean face had to be so much of a mandatory from a 30-year-old rule. So yeah, kudos to the Yankees, I guess.
He's like, yes.
I'm a traditionalist, so I kind of not really into it, but at the same time, I get it. It's for the times. I'm not get off my lawn kind of guy, so it is what it is. Greg Pop has decided to retire in the midst of recovering from a mild stroke. Do you feel the Spurs will win a championship the next 3 years constructed?
I like this comment. I like this topic when I saw it because yes, I mean not win one, but do I feel like they'll be able to compete for one in 3 years? Absolutely. Why not? You know what I'm saying? You got Wemby, you got, regardless of Popovich, the Spurs organization are still elite. They're still, you know what I'm saying, an organization doesn't seem to make much mistakes. They're an organization that seems to know what they're doing. You got trust in the Spurs. I can't wait to see what the Spurs do. I can't wait to see the new Spurs leadership. I can't wait to, again, be a part of a dynasty in my lifetime and watch the Spurs grow and win 4 or 5 or whatever it is. You know, I can't wait to see it. So I do believe that Spurs can compete in 3 years.
I agree when you started to say like contend in 3 years, not win in 3
years.
Yeah,
contend. Yeah, for sure.
When you use the word to contend, that's what I was like, I agree with you.
Contend.
Yeah, I agree with what you said.
All right, so Major League Baseball is implementing a new balls and strike replay system. What's your opinion on it?
Love it, because it's like now you keep. I like when I forgot with the Mets. You know, he challenged it. It was quick. They saw that it overturned it went from a strike to a ball. You keep the batter on the plate. More runs, if that's what it means for the game of baseball, I love it.
Me, I love it because it stops umpires from being that bullshit ass, high ass ball, low ass strike. Like, nah, cut that shit out.
But the thing is that when would it start?
Technically, it's in trial runs in the majors. It's been in trial runs for the minor leagues since the past 2 years. This year, they're only going to do it in spring training. 2026, if the players and the union likes it and it goes,
then
it's all full time.
Got it. But I love it.
All right, but let us know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. Now on to our editorial. Now, we're not taking our time, but we're going to really get into this one because I know I'm just going to be like, pose a question, I'm out. Is it fair that we still compare players of this era to the Jordans, to the Bryants, to the Birds, to the Johnsons?
Oh man.
Do you feel this is fair? Because what's happening now is we're constantly comparing these guys, and I'm hearing the pushback is we're comparing them to players that played 40 years ago.
Yes.
Matt?
Yes. As somebody who came in watching basketball in the 2000s, I did not go back and research Larry Bird. I did not go back and research Isaiah Thomas. I did not go back and research Isaiah.
Sure.
Right, but I'm not going to do that. I'm a 9-year-old kid. I'm appreciating what I'm watching on the television. I'm not going back. I'm not an analyst. I'm not going back. I'm watching Stephon Marbury and the Knicks. I'm watching Kobe Bryant. I don't care about what happened in the past. I care about the right now. I always had an appreciation for the players. I could care who came before them. I never watched it. I was born in 1995. Jordan was winning his third. I was getting breastfed. I don't know what happened. All I know is when I started watching basketball, the players now were the players I love. I don't care what they did before. I don't care if they win. I just enjoy watching them play. Point blank, period.
That was harsh. The way I see how you asking the question, Thurman, is yes, players will always be compared to the players of the past, because that's what sports is. Period. I remember, I think it was Shannon Fry who had this conversation about how I was killing it. In fact, I think he's being disingenuous, because at the end of the day, when we bring up Kobe, we bring up Jordan.
Who do you bring up? When you bring up Jordan?
When we bring up Dr. J. When we
bring
bring up
Dr. J.
If you look at their game, it's similar.
But why? Why we
Because
continue? Why can't? That's the thing. Why
his-
can't Jordan just be Jordan?
Well, that's
Why
his-
do we have to say, oh, he's just like
That's
that?
his-
Jordan did.
That's
From
his
my
history.
eyes, did.
Yeah.
Get to a
Right,
point
exactly.
where-
Good. And
Now-
why couldn't he just say that? Why does
Like,
everybody
real quick,
else have to come in?
I don't think you wanted to have this conversation, but let me ask you this real quick, because this goes to baseball real quick, right? Why was we were able to call anybody Babe Ruth?
Because he was
Why there was no
the
comparison?
babe.
But why there was no comparison?
Because at that point in time, you
There
had
was
nobody.
until
You know the steroid era came around. and-
no. Shohei Ohtani, because he's the first player since Babe Ruth to be both pitching and batting at an elite level. So we didn't have anybody to compare to Babe Ruth. Now we do. That's just what sports is. We're not diminishing. Nobody's diminishing the present. In fact, we're kind of like.
I do feel
I feel like we're kind of like saying, "Hey, you're like Anthony Edwards. You got Jordan. Your personality, your game is like Jordan-esque." To me, that's a compliment. Because if I could compare you to somebody who I consider the greatest of all time, that's a compliment to your game. That's a compliment to you. So I don't see how that's a knock. So that's why I say
It's a knock when he doesn't win, and all of a sudden, well, Jordan did this, and it's a knock when this is a different player trying to. That's a knock when it's a different player trying to form their own path, and we're trying to.
I feel
down this path.
And for the player that you're referring, I feel that's self-inflicted.
What?
Thank you.
That's self-inflicted.
Pause. No.
Explain.
Stop right now. I just watched a documentary where Anthony Edwards came up to Barack Obama and said, "Barack, I'm the shit.
That wasn't a documentary.
I'm the shit."
That was a documentary.
He was whatever it was. I watched him walk up to the 44th president of the United States. I'm the shit.
That's what-
And you're telling
that's
me
what I compared
wrong
to
is
Jordan.
wrong for coming in? I'm the king.
That's why I compare him to Jordan.
So, right
saying
there,
that.
right, exactly right there. That's the shit I'm talking about. Stop the bullshit and it's bias.
Because
It's
it's true.
bias. It's not.
You know-
It's bias
Alright,
against
with
one.
Anthony-
It's bias against one player because he walked up to the president of the United States and said, "Hey, Barack, I'm
Matt,
the ish."
Matt.
And you know who Barack called?
Man, real quick.
Braun. Come over here. You hear what he's saying?
Man, real quick. You know
Ain't this what you said when you came in the league?
But
You
know-
the king?
And guess who else was called the truth? Back in
Paul
the-
George? Paul Pierce?
Paul Pierce. I mean, that's just the way it is in sports.
Right.
Self-proclaimed.
But I just think that-
just
But
kinda like the
I
self-proclaimed.
don't like how we say we love somebody
Let me
with a
ask you a
killer
question.
mentality.
You brought
We
up-
love somebody who has this,
Real quick.
and then somebody comes in, I'm the king.
Real
We don't
quick.
like that.
Real quick.
It's confusing to me.
Real quick.
Pretty much. So that's pretty much all we got time for. I'm sorry we had to cut that short. That was pretty riveting, but Matt, let the people know where they can find you at.
The Black Obi-Wan on Twitter.
Cyrus?
Cyrus on PSN, IG, and Instagram. I did say OG.
I was like, who?
Yeah, no, I said Instagram, IG twice. I'm an idiot. I'm hype right now. It's hot. Yeah. Matt, Thurman?
I'm at Up in Level Productions. So I'm therming that up at Level Productions, and don't forget, sports brings us together like no other entity. Let's celebrate, not hate. It's all about the opinions. Let's all get to celebrate the moments that live on in infamy. Take care of each other, and together, let's stay up and level. We out. Peace and blessings. Thank you for watching Up and Level. This is your boy Fabito. If you like this show, you like the sports edition, like, comment, subscribe, get involved. Peace.